you know, I'll let you guys know a little bit of what we're doing with with these recordings. I set up a YouTube channel, and I actually have two channels. I have a one for the American Destiny Real Estate, which is going to have all of Jeff Russell's masterminds, Derek Catrill's, Larry White's weekly ones. So that'll be on one YouTube. That's going to be public. Anybody can see it. We're going to, basically make it available to agents in our in the REO Alliance group. Anybody that wants to be able to see these videos can. Then we'll have a separate I already have it set up. We'll have a separate YouTube that's more or less going to be a private YouTube where we'll have the agent attraction calls on. We'll also have our weekly Monday morning group meetings will be on that as well. And then I'll do things, that would be maybe more EXP specific, group specific, rather than a general type of YouTube channel. But I'll make that available to everybody, and we'll also be pushing that out in the newsletter. So at the bottom of the newsletter, you see a section that called group resources. That's where these links will be. We also found, we found the link for the 9-minute video. I've also put that on my website. We're going to have that link available. So if you guys want to have that video to show people, it's going to be easily found, rather than trying to dig through your CRM Grow. Anyhow, we'll start the meeting with any wins for the past week. Anything going well for you guys that you want to talk about? Lunch. Go ahead, John.
So tomorrow I'm going to go to the California Legislation Day, and hopefully I could build some bridges there. And I want to meet high-level agents, and of course, initially just get their business cards, build that first touch, and then over time, yes, I'm going to try to recruit them to EXP.
Excellent, excellent. Good plan of attack. And let us know how that goes, and let us know what kind of resources you need from us to keep that train moving. Any other wins for the past week? Come on, Jeff. You always yell at me for not having wins.
Oh, no, I was just letting everybody else go. I'm actually prospecting right now, but there's
Oh,
nobody. And so my win is the same as I said earlier. I just got a REO asset yesterday for $3 million, and usually they're occupied. This one's not occupied. It's completely vacant. It's brand new. It's listed, so we know what it won't sell for. So that's a pretty awesome win. And it's funny that Kelly and I were doing a lockout for one of our traditional sellers in El Monte that if I showed you the pictures, you'd probably all yak. We went from that property to this other property. It just goes to show you in REO, you're doing, everything from, the good, bad, the ugly, as I say in my bio for all my REO platforms.
yeah, absolutely. And we want to, maybe not on this call necessarily, but we definitely want to tap into your trip out to Colorado, because it sounds like it was pretty awesome, and we definitely want to gain as much. Maybe could we do that maybe at the sales meeting on Monday or something like that? Or
Yeah, just if you could ask Chloe or Kelly to add it, and so we can make sure we.
I mean, you
But
were
I mean, yeah,
there. I kept seeing pictures with you and Sharon and Russ Langon, and I know you guys had a great time getting educated. So
Club Wealth is an amazing coaching company, and most of us on this call, anybody in my downline here at EXP has access to it. And if you're not using it or don't know about it, start using it, because it's great. I mean, it's really helped me grow my business tremendously.
absolutely. Well, cool. Any other, and by the way, Larry's not going to be on this call today, so it's just me, but I have some support here. I have Jeff, and I have Joseph Limo and Darren Catrill, so I have a little support. Thanks, guys. Any other wins for today? Well, let's.
I'm just gonna say, like, my win is just this leadership, like you holding this call, Eric, up to calls while he's prospecting, like just way to show the path instead of talking about it. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, all the resources you've developed for us as well. And just so you know, our ultimate goal is to just grow this organization out, just as big and as great as it possibly can, not just with agents. We want to build it with the best agents, the most connected agents, the agents that care and trust and share information. And that's what you guys have built out. And I'm just basically jumping on your coattails and riding this wave. But at least we're in front of it, which is better than being behind it. So thanks for that. But yeah, today I didn't really have an agenda. I thought maybe I would go over the 9-minute video, if that's something you guys want to do. I have it keyed up and ready to go. But before I do that, since we have some a wealth of knowledge on this call today, maybe just open it up to any questions that the agents have as far as how your attraction is going. What is attraction? Kenny Trong did a fantastic mastermind with Larry. Might have been a couple weeks, or was it last week? I can't remember, but basically went into the difference between a group versus a team and how groups operate, how teams operate. I really feel as though I'm developing and we're developing a group, because I have a team and Jeff has a team, and they're agents out there doing work in the trenches, but our group is more encompassing. It's more nationwide. It's just basically sharing resources to grow our organizations. And what was really great about watching the 9-minute video, probably for about the 5th time, but really just entrenched in it and really engrossed in it, is how little you really need in your organization to make some pretty decent passive income. One of the slides, or one of the sections, was introducing 5 agents to EXP, and each of those agents introduced 5 people to EXP. And if those agents all cap in the course of a year, you're at like $7,000 a month. It ain't too shabby. And I don't think it's too difficult to do, quite honestly, if you have the tools and the know-how on how to talk to people. So with that long intro, is there any questions that you guys want to tackle today or go over during this attraction agent call?
Yeah, this is Sean. I have a question. I have a prospect for recruiting. She's Filipina, Pinay. She has a book of business for the diaspora of, I live West Covina, so people that know this area, pretty much we have 25% of the Asian population in West Covina being Filipino, that at least it support 2 Filipino markets. So she has a very good business of a business back and forth between the Philippines and here. Some people that move here already, they still have some home over in the Philippines, so she helping them to sell it. And some people that were here, they want to have a retirement home over there. So I understand that EXP has opened the Philippines. Of course, right now when she does this kind of thing, she deal directly with the seller or the buyer here, and she got paid directly this way. But I think she's just a solo practitioner. She can expand her brand, and then what she tried to do in the Philippines without having to have a Philippine broker license, where she has to have presence. We have the XP backup, so she kind of interested. So I just wonder where we can go from here to connect with the folks from Global, and then how it will work for an agent that is licensed here, want to expand out to those areas in outside US where they want to expand.
Yeah, Megan Kelly's been my go-to for Global, but I don't know if she handles like the entire the Pan-Asian area. I know she handles like North America, the Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, those areas. So I can reach out to Megan and see who she would recommend to talk to in different areas. I didn't know that the Philippines opened, but maybe that's a more recent development, because that question came up not that long ago with another agent. So yeah, we'll definitely, let me reach out to Megan, let me make some notes here and see what we need to do along those lines. Unless Joe or Jeff, if you guys know more of the answer to that question. Okay.
I was looking for my mute. So I don't have the direct answer, unfortunately, but Traditionally, what I would do is go into the global section of our EXP cloud office and go and start a dialogue with them. And the reason why I think it's really important to go and do that, even if we have like an answer, is just to build your comfort level with your resources there and who they may want to talk to. The challenge is with every different country, there are so many different nuances to how real estate's done and how we operate as a company in every new country. So it is important to go in and have that conversation, like how we approach onboarding or bringing an agent over in Mexico is going to be dramatically different than Canada versus the US and the whole nine.
Right.
So go in and get comfortable. Like the more that we all get comfortable going in and talking to the leaders in our global division, more likely than not, the more proficient we will become at not only bringing agents over, but then supporting them correctly through their process.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joe. And Sean, if you need help with that, I can help you with that as far as getting into the world. And it's I don't go in as not enough, so it would be good for me to have a little bit of a refresh on that too. I was there the other day with Larry. We were showing an agent how to ask questions to go to the Washington brokers room, but that would be good for me as well.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
I can connect with you later today about that if you want. I have some time. I know Sasha wanted to talk to me too at 3 o'clock, so I saw that on my schedule. Any other? What else? What else you guys got going on? What else do you guys want to ask questions about? While we have some of our leaders on the call today.
Eric, if you don't mind, I mean, I have a question for you. Man, I'm here to learn from you, my guy. So one of the questions I have is, how do you speak to agents about our group? What are you doing to communicate what we do collectively as the Alliance? I'm really interested to hear because clearly you're doing a wonderful job of it. Now, I know some of it is really specific to, in some cases, like the REO side of things and all, which is totally fine. I'm just interested to hear, what you're saying to communicate that value and how we come together.
Well, I think what I've been trying to do with at least agents in my organization is to find out what their value proposition is and how it aligns with our value proposition. With being aligned with American Destiny, we have the ability to get those REO agents more opportunities where they're at. I mean, they're not everywhere. There's certain pockets in the United States where there's more opportunities than others. So that's my talk track with prospective agents is, not that we want to feed them all the time. But we want to give them dessert. They have to work hard, but we want to give them that little bit extra where they're maybe picking up 5, 6, 10 extra deals a year to keep things moving along. But what I feel is important for every agent that's going to do any type of attraction is to know what they can bring of value to that group. And maybe it's a group of 5, and that group of 5 grows to a group of 50 organically. And I think that's the way it needs to happen. I don't think we should be needing to have to bring in 50 FLAs or frontline agents. I think we should be able to be focused on maybe bringing in 10 or 15 frontline agents and letting those frontline agents go out and reach out to more agents in the field. So that's been my focus, is to find the value propositions for the agents that we have and just try to get them to grow their sphere around them. Because I have some agents in the country that are super busy with assets more than they should really be handling, and they really have to be building those teams. So that's the approach I try to take. And then as far as how I approach or what I talk to with each individual agent, it really varies greatly depending on if they have the REO experience, if they don't have the REO experience. I haven't really attracted a team in my Pittsburgh market, and I'm in Pittsburgh because I'm so focused on, I just feel like I have more affinity for the agents around the country, and it's easier for me to build them up. So I don't know, that was a long-winded answer too. I'm not even sure if I answered your question, but
That was a great answer. Thank you. And man, that you've given me one of the best analogies, and I'm gonna steal it if it's okay. But that was one of the best ways to describe how we want to support our agents with opportunities. Don't come to us for your meal, but we would love to be able to serve you dessert. And I think that that's fantastic because it helps the agent understand it's not going to be your main source, right? And it shouldn't be. They have to need to learn how to go out there and hunt. But man, if we can serve you up some dessert thereafter, that would be awesome. So that's a great analogy on that one.
Thanks. Yeah, that was totally off the cuff. Um, any other questions that you guys had? Anything else you guys want? It was working for you guys. What do you? Who's attracting? Who's reaching out to people? John, good. Anybody else? You guys have your cameras off, so I can't see your hands, but you can if you go under reactions, you can show you. There's a little section that says raise hand. You can raise your hand if you're attracting. So hopefully you are. Hopefully we're just talking to people. And I really don't like using the word recruit because I don't feel like I am a recruiter. I'm not trying to get somebody to make a move for any other reason that is going to benefit them to make that move. We talk about win-wins. It really has to be a win-win-win, a little bit of win for us. It has to be 90% win for the person coming over and 10% win for us. And that's kind of the philosophy we need to take. We're not looking to have anybody change for any other reason. And this is going to basically set them up for the rest of their lives in real estate. Unless they want to be selling houses at 85 years of age, which I only know one agent in the Pittsburgh area that's still doing that. She's 87 and she's going strong. I don't think any of us want to be door knocking in our 80s, maybe not even in our 70s. So EXP has that foundational support for us that no other company I've seen has, where all we have to do is tell people our story and do what we would be doing organically anyhow. When I was at Howard Hanna in Pittsburgh, I probably brought 5 or 6 agents into the company just because they were asking me who I use and and I brought like 5 or 6 brand new agents. I sold them a house. I said, you should be a real estate agent. They took me seriously and they got their license. So they went to Howard Hanna. Well, imagine if those agents would have came to EXP instead, and they're productive agents doing say 3 million a year in revenue, and myself and everybody that's associated with me is collecting a revenue share check. So $2,800 on your first line, $3,200 on your second line, and it goes on from there. So it just makes sense that if you're doing well and you want to continue to pay it forward, let people know what you're doing differently and show them the 9-minute video and introduce them to a great brokerage that's doing great things for people. So, but what else can we talk about today? What else do you guys want to focus on? What other type of issues do you want to resolve? Good,
I have
John.
a question, Eric. So you're talking about your 2 different YouTube pages.
Yeah.
So you separate them. So one is for just the group and one is for public.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm doing that is because it got very cumbersome to try to make these videos private. And I'm just making I'm only going to share my personal ones with the people in our group. You'll have access to it. They're not going to be public videos, they're going to be unpublished videos, is what they're called. So anybody can, if you have the link, anybody can see them. It's just, I wanted to make sure that when I put stuff on the REO Alliance for my YouTube, anybody on the REO Alliance can see it. If they don't understand our culture, our philosophy, our brokerage, they might get the wrong impression that I'm trying to recruit them to EXP from those videos. Of course I am, but I want it to be a conversation where we're addressing their needs, not just here's this greatest things ever, you should come and join us. I want it to be a conversation that I have with somebody somewhere down the road. So that's why I felt the importance of separating them out. But you get our weekly newsletter. I know Larry sends it out to everybody in the group. Therefore, you'll get one on next Sunday. You'll have the links. I'll even try to get it out to you guys a little bit sooner than that if I can. But yeah, as far as if you want the YouTube link right now, let me just pull that up.
Okay. So is it okay to share the public videos you put on your YouTube on my YouTube page?
Yeah.
So I want to start to increase my YouTube page as well.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, there's no problem with that. they're going to be mostly focused on the REO side of things because that's the masterminds that we're putting out there for the public one. And then as far as the private one, yeah, you can share those too. I mean, it's not a problem. It's just they're it's our group stuff. So it's this call, it's our Monday call. It's not so much EXP related. I mean, there's so many YouTubes out there. And good ones. EXP has a channel. It's a very good channel. I would recommend everybody subscribe to it and watch those videos. Trying to think. Here, I think I have it right here. I'll just throw it in the chat. It's just called EXP Realty, and it's a lot of good content on this particular YouTube channel, both attraction wise and also listing presentations, buyer side presentations. By the way, if anybody's not doing the NAR course on buyer listing side, it's free. I just had an agent outside our group tell me they were doing it. They said it was very good. There was like 2,000 people in the class that she was doing. So I would recommend you do that NAR buyer side course. I'm not sure how long it's going to take you to do, but normally they charge $800 to do the course, and they're offering it for free because of all this stuff that's going on with NAR. So, all right. So
Can
we
you
have
put that link up also?
it's in the newsletter. Yeah, I'll try to
Newsletter.
find it while we're talking. Why don't you guys ask me? Why don't you guys let's what else do you need from us? What does anybody want to drill, or does anybody want to script or go over what you would say to prospective agents? Anything along those lines today? Let me know. We'll try to get that handled while I pull up that link for the NAR course.
Oh, Eric,
I already
please,
put it in the chat. You just Google NAR buyer agent course. It's in the chat.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Eric, is a side note. I click on James Cottrell KB core training, and I think either is the wrong link, but I try to get in a couple of times, but there's no class.
Okay. Let me check on that. So James Cottrell.
It's the time is not correct on James's class. It's
Okay.
at 1 o'clock Texas time, so 11 o'clock Pacific time.
Oh, I see. Because it show 8 a.m.
Right.
with the same time like the mastermind for the agent
Mhm.
attraction. Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll fix that. I mean, it's I don't check those links every week, and I don't log into his class typically, so that's good to know. I'll make sure that and that's Tuesday, so that's I think
It's
it's the same
today.
time as this
Yeah.
class, right?
Yeah, it's today at 1 o'clock Texas Central time.
1
that
o'clock
would be-
Central, which is 11 o'clock
Uh,
Pacific, which is right now, right?
No,
No.
No,
No.
in about 2.5
3
hours.
2.5 hours.
Okay, so what time Pacific time is it?
11 a.m.
Oh, 11 a.m. Okay, I'm thinking 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've missed a lot.
yeah.
I've missed a lot of things because I get the
Trust me,
time
these time zones totally confuse me, and that's why in the newsletter you'll see just Pacific time zone
Mhm.
because it was driving me crazy. But with that being said, if you do see a mistake, let me know because I don't check those links as often as I should or could, and I'll definitely make sure I fix that with because he's really good as far as teaching KB4.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I'm pretty good too. I just don't have the time. And
Mhm.
it's not my passion. You know, my passion, quite honestly, is the attraction side of things. I want to, see all of you guys have organizations of 50 people. I mean, 50 people has changed my life. It's got me to the point where I don't even have to. There's a lot less stress. Let's just put it that way. And that's just it's taken me a year part-time, essentially 10 hours a week part-time. So if I can do it, and I have absolutely zero real estate experience prior to the last 5 years. I was a chiropractor for 30 years. So I have some business experience, but I don't have that book of business that a lot of you all have as far as having worked with realtors for the last 25, 30 plus years or however long it is. So that's a huge advantage you all have. It's just a matter of making yourself become that opinion leader for others. You know, what are you doing different? And everyone on this call, except I really don't know Matt that well because I just really met him today, but I know pretty much everybody else on this call, and I know that you're killing it real estate wise. I know that you're doing a lot of business and you have the potential to do even more. Now it's just a matter of, you know, making yourself known. You know, you're doing well. All you have to really do is translate that doing well into other people seeing that you're doing well. And a lot of that can be done on social media. I have a couple people that I see on social media. I hate them, you know, because they every day it's like, oh, I sold this house, I sold that house. But I also respect them because, you know, other people are seeing it. If I'm seeing it, other people are seeing it, is, I guess, my point. And the reason why I hate them is because I'm jealous, okay? Because I'm not doing what they're doing. So I think the point with all this is make other people jealous. And when that jealousy becomes, hey, maybe I should have some of that too, they're going to reach out to you. So just, you know, make your good works known. Don't be like Jeff says, or other people have said, don't be a secret agent. You know, be out there. John, if you're going to go to an event, wear your EXP, you know, I think it's okay. Wear your EXP shirt. You know, people can know. You're not going to be blabbering all over them about EXP, but they're going to see that you're part of an organization that is, you know, supporting its agents. And if people start a conversation, what do you like about it? Have a talk track, you know, be able to talk, you know, a 2-minute, this is what, you know, like they call it an elevator pitch. Have an elevator pitch about what you like about the group, how they support you. I don't think there's too many groups out there that have these calls on a weekly basis where we can have some of the top agents talking about attraction and how to build our retirement portfolio the way we can. So anything else? We're a couple minutes left today. I thought this was a good call. I changed gears a little bit. I was going to do different things today, but when I saw some of our leadership jump on, I figured I'd let them jump in and talk a little bit. But anything else we can do for you guys before we end off the call today? And this will be, I will publish this recording, and I'll give you guys the link in the newsletter where you can find it.
So the 9-minute video is in the link you already sent?
Did I send that link earlier?
My problem is I'm just starting this and I don't really understand how it works. I mean, I understand you're bringing people into the company, and the more people you bring in, the more productive they are, the better off it is. But I don't understand the different levels or any of it. And so I haven't seen anything really at all about how the agent.
And Kelly, I wouldn't get too caught up in it really. I didn't understand it either till I was probably 6 months into it. But when you get that first revenue share check, then you take it seriously. It's like, this is real money. And that's when you start looking at, you know, qualified versus unqualified agents and who you're going to bring. And if you're going to talk about doing any stacking where you're helping agents that are under you, you know, do better.
Mhm.
I wouldn't get so caught up in it. I mean, you can. I mean, I threw the 9-minute video
Oh, it's in here?
in the chat. I just threw it in just now. So you
One.
watch it. It explains it pretty well. It explains about the 7 tiers of revenue share and how you qualify for
great.
each one. Some of that might be actually changing soon for the better. There's talks about how that's going to be more advantageous to the agent, because 6 months ago you needed 40 qualified agents to open your 7th tier, and they reduced that down to only needing 30 qualified agents, which was huge for a lot of people. That could mean the difference. That could mean a $50,000 swing per month, quite honestly, because the 7th tier is your highest paid tier. It's $4,000 per year per agent on that 7th tier, where, you know, one tier, I think it's 4 or 5, is only $800 per agent. So depending on what tier you're attracting on is important for your revenue share. But until you have at least 20 people in your organization, it's not going to make a huge difference. I think right now, just focus on learning the culture, going, like Jeff said earlier, going to EXP World, getting comfortable asking questions, go to your broker room. You can go in and say, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. I don't really have a question today, but can we just sit down and chat for a minute? If they're not real busy, they won't mind doing that. There's a reception area in the EXP World now. You can go in and just ask the receptionist, hey, where do I go for this? Or how do I get to like who called it earlier, the World Center, like for the different brokerages throughout the world, like Italy or Portugal or Spain or Brazil. you know, they have separate sections for all that. Looks like Jeff is sharing his screen. What are you sharing there, Jeff?
Yeah, I just wanted to show you, this is, everybody should bookmark this and subscribe to it, click over here and get notifications. This is a great, I know somebody was asking about, how do I attract, how do I find out more information about it? Get involved, get engaged, join this group, and then look at this here. This guy, Kevin, this guy, hang on, sorry, I'm prospecting at the same time I'm doing this, leaving messages. So look at this. This post is also in the chat, and you can go to this, right? This is looks like it's every day of the week. I don't know. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it because I don't really necessarily need it, but I think this would be good for someone that's just starting out for sure. So both of these links are in the chat box.
Yeah, agreed. I think the best thing to do for anybody is just learn the business. It took me probably a year to really fully start to understand things, and it wasn't really until I was invited to be on these calls that I really started to understand things. Now with everybody in our group, you don't have to try to figure it out on your own. It's there for you. You know, these groups, these huddles, Jeff and Kelly every day, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Pacific time, or 7:30 Pacific time. We just problem solve. Sometimes it's a 15-minute call, sometimes it's 30, but it's always there for you to ask questions. And if you have a prospective agent you want to bring in, I think they're more than welcome to come in and sort of just sit in and say, hey, this is what we do every day. Is this something that would benefit you? And for a lot of people, it would, because they like to be around people. Even though I'm not physically with you guys, I'm there with you. It's like when I met Jeff for the first time, I felt like I knew him already because we probably had 100 conversations. Same thing with Sean. We had lots of conversations, prior to meeting. So I don't think it really matters that we're virtual. There's a lot of advantages to being virtual, quite honestly. So let's just go with that. Anything else before we end off today? Appreciate you guys coming on. I look forward to this. This is my favorite call of the week. Won't lie, because I know that this is an area that I'm getting to know a lot better. And I think with all you guys, the faster we can get your organizations up, and your real estate organizations, I'm not worried. You guys can handle that. That you don't need help from me on that. That's more Jeff, Darren, Joe Limo, Larry White. They're going to help you with that. But with building a business that outside your real estate business, if I can help you do that, I'd be very, very pleased or very privileged to be able to help you with that. So let me know if you have any other questions. I'll stay on until everybody jumps off. If you have any other questions, go ahead and ask, and then I'll see you guys at Jeff's Huddle tomorrow morning.
Eric, I put a link for James Cottrell at 11 a.m. today.
11 a.m. Pacific time, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for doing that, Sasha. And then I will fix that link on I'll fix that. Is it just the time was wrong, Kelly, on my end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, just the time. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll make that fix. I have like 5 notes to do that, so I'll make sure it gets done.
You bring somebody in, and then what do you do after that? I mean, because I don't want to bring people in and kind of throw them to the wolves, and they don't hear from me, and they're floating around out in the atmosphere.
Well, who's your sponsor?
Deanne Phillips.
Okay, is Deanne fairly active? Is she pretty involved?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just between you and Deanne, you guys you'll introduce them. You'll onboard them. You'll get them introduced to EXP World, the trainings we do, our calls, our huddles. It's a process. It's not like you start and then tomorrow you're an expert. It's learning any other brokerage. The only difference is that they have tremendous amount of support. We have 80 hours of training through EXP each week. We have more training through Revenos. We have training with our huddles. Jeff does a daily huddle. Larry does a weekly mastermind. It's an hour. I do a weekly Monday morning call. We do the agent attraction call. There's the resources are
crazy.
Just a matter of plugging.
Yeah.
Just a matter
There's
of plugging.
more than you
in.
ever need.
Yeah,
Don't-
and
no,
all
I-
those- Kelly, all
Don't
those
worry about
are-
bringing people in. Get them in, and you'll figure it out.
Deanne, I'm Deanne's sponsor.
Yep.
And Deanne, and she'll admit to this, she doesn't engage as much as she probably should. So she doesn't know, everything EXP, but that's why you have me, right? Because you can leapfrog over Deanna and say, hey, Jeff, I need help with this. And I'm here to help you, 24, well, I shouldn't say 24/7, but anytime you need something, I'm going to be here for you. If you need to
Right.
meet with me on a Zoom that you're talking to an agent, you don't need to go to Deanna, you can go to me. So
Right.
different sponsors have different levels of involvement with people in their downline. People
Okay.
like me that take it very seriously have over 300 people in their organization, right? And but I live and breathe EXP. There's some people that they're just here. I've got an agent that's a direct downline from me, Frank. He's in Orange County. He's an Icon agent. I never hear from him. He just does his own thing, right? So different levels of things, but just know that you've got the different sponsors in your leadership. Me, Joseph Limo, Eric, all of us are here to help you grow your business, whether it's production or attraction or both.
Right. And then Jeff, how do I want to set up a quick meeting with you, like maybe a Zoom call or a phone call. How do I do that?
You can go to my website, or you can, since we're here, I'm going to go like this, copy link. So here's my link in the chat. Just click on that now and pick a time that's best for you.
Okay.
And you'll go right into my calendar and I'll be there.
All right, cool. Thank you.
And there's another one for EXP Explained. We can talk more about that later, but that's a 30-minute call, and that's where you're going to bring an agent on to talk to me about EXP.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. You guys
Great,
rock.
great.
Thank you.
All right, I'm
You're
gonna have to jump. I gotta bolt, but talk to you guys later. I'll make this video available and I'll get you out the YouTube links. So talk to you all soon.
Thank you.